Hey all, and welcome to my vlog. My name is Erin, and this is what not to say to a writer. When people find out that you're a writer, they are probably going to ask you at least one of the questions on this list, if not all of them. If you're new to writing, prepare yourself accordingly. Number 1. How much have you made on your books? Now, I'm all for people having transparent conversations about finances in general so that it is less confusing. But this is super rude whether it comes from a parent, a friend, or a stranger. Why are you asking? I can understand if someone is also a writer and curious about the possibilities, but even then the circumstances change wildly between writers. This question is often asked by people who have zero concept of the writing industry, and they have no idea what constitutes an impressive amount of sales for the average writer. Even if your numbers are great for the industry, if you are talking to someone who doesn't understand it, they're probably not going to think it's all that impressive because they have it in their heads that all writers are selling millions of copies every year. Unless you are making as much or more than the asker, they are probably going to find your amount lacking. When people have asked me this question, it tends to come across as them trying to find out if my career is worthy, if my passions are worth their attention, and that is not cool. Number 2, are you going to be the next JK Rowling? Other writers exist! Do you know that JK Rowling was a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon that is not the standard even for wildly successful authors? I'm sure that this question is asked in good faith, but every single person who asks it seems to think that they are the first person to ever think of it. It gets old real fast. Also, believe it or not, but some people don't think JK Rowling is all that great and don't even like Harry Potter. Number 3, you should write my life story! You know who should write your life story? You! Or a biographer that you hire and pay, which I highly doubt you were planning on doing for me when you asked this question. I have been asked this several times, and I am sorry, but I am not going to write your life story. I'm sure you've had a very interesting life, but it is not going to go in any book that I pen. If you really think your life is cool enough that it should be written into a book, then why haven't you given it a go yourself? Most people, once they find out the true cost of writing a book in both time and money, will back off real fast. Number 4, I found a typo! Cool! What would you like me to do with this information? I'm not gonna yank my book back over one typo. It survived me, beta readers, critique partners, a developmental editor, a line editor, a proofreader. It has earned its spot on the page. I am doubtful if there is any book that is 100% perfect, because human error is a thing no matter how many of them are involved in trying to prevent it. Just keep your typo knowledge to yourself and accept that they exist in all works ever. Number 5, will you read my manuscript? Most writers are working a day job, on top of their writing and all of their other commitments. How exactly do you think they have time for this? It's one thing if you're close with them, but my God, would you be surprised how many people will approach a stranger requesting this amount of work from them? Often they also want the service for free and immediately. Make no mistake, what you're requesting is a service. You are approaching a professional person and asking them to apply hours of their time and skill to your work. I know some people don't consider writing and all that goes with it to be work, but some people are assholes. Think long and hard before you approach another writer asking them to take time away from their projects to look at yours. Number 6, you like writing? Write this thing for me! Just because someone likes to write their own stories does not mean that they are interested in writing your essay, or your family newsletter, or a eulogy, or an advertisement, or whatever the heck you have brought to them that you don't feel like writing yourself. Not all writing is equally enjoyable for someone. If you took on a responsibility, don't be trying to shove it at the nearest person who likes writing. Do your own work, just like they're doing theirs. Number 7, why aren't you done yet? The question of ultimate ignorance. People who ask this have no idea what goes into writing a book. They don't know that there are multiple drafts, that there are rounds with beta readers, that there are multiple rounds of editing, and that's just to get the story polished, let alone all of the design and the formatting and the marketing and all the last minute details that it takes to make your work publication ready. Asking a writer why they're not done yet devalues so much of their work. Unless you're a pump and dumper, it's going to take you a long time to create a quality product. If you don't know what a pump and dumper is, it is someone who usually publishes their first draft with very little editing so that they can publish multiple books in a year. Number 8. What should I write? How the heck should I know? What do you like writing? What stories make you happy? Go write one of those. No one can tell you what to write because writing a book is a fuck ton of work, and whatever you choose has to be something you love that will carry you through the difficult parts. If I told you what to write, you wouldn't enjoy yourself, and neither you nor I want that to be the case. Number 9. Is this character based on me? Shall I cue You're So Vain by Carly Simon? It's great that you related to a character in someone's story, but that does not mean that it's based on you. If someone is basing a character off you and you don't know beforehand, it's probably not a very flattering depiction. Do you really want an answer to this question? Just embrace your blissful ignorance and don't put you or them in a super awkward spot. Number 10. You should write about X. No, you should write about X. If you want a book about something, go and craft it with your own 2 little hands. People have their own ideas, their own topics that they enjoy. And just because you think you have a great idea does not mean that someone else wants to write it for you. Go hire a ghostwriter if you are that desperate to make your concept come out into the world. And bonus, wait, you charge money for this? Shocker, I know. Imagine a writer needing to earn a living through their skills like the whole rest of the planet. Do not offer to pay a writer or any other creative in exposure. That is not going to fill their fridge, and it also makes you sound like a douche canoe. Value the work and skill that people put into their craft. And if you don't value that, then at least value the time that someone is going to put into whatever request you've made of them and pay them. So that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't say any of these things to your writer friends. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to be notified as soon as I upload, then ring that bell. All my social media links will be in the description below. Both of my books, Olympian Confessions, Hades and Persephone, and Olympian Confessions, Hera, are available now in ebook and paperback. If you'd like your manuscript critiqued by me, you can check out my new critique service. Links to all of those will be on my website below. If you've enjoyed my content, consider being part of my Patreon family. And I'll see you all next week with another video. Bye!